Yo, what's up, everybody? It's me again, Dylan, D-Man the Voice, the guy who says stuff into a microphone for a living, part of my living. You know, me, Dylan. Hi, I'm here again with another episode of the most inconsistent podcast on the internet. Getting a little bit more consistent now that I have a more set schedule with all the things that are coming in. Sometimes things, come up, whatever, and I can't do things for a day or whatever. But generally speaking, these episodes are going to get uploaded on like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays. That's about when I'm free enough to do this kind of thing, in addition to everything else I'm fucking doing all the time. But anyway, so this is going to be another episode of my podcast where I go on Reddit and I read Am I the Asshole story, and I determine whether or not the person who's writing it is an asshole, the person they're talking about is an asshole, Probably could operate with more evidence and whatnot, but this is Reddit, not a court of law, so I don't need to go digging for the people's side of the story. I just judge based off what I read. And the one that I found was posted like 10 minutes ago, so it's fresh. It's fresh out there on the internet sphere, Reddit sphere. It's new. It was just put out there. So I'm going to read it, and I'm going to judge it, and we're all going to have some laughs and some cries and some whatever. Let's all just admit that it feels good to judge other people. It's harmless, right? It's harmless. And sometimes we need to feel better about our own shitty lives. So we go on the internet and find someone whose life is a little bit shittier than ours and judge them. It's kind of the same reason why people watch those hoarder shows or those 600-pound life shows, because you're like, my life fucking sucks, but at least I'm not that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel good. Anyway, that's enough of a talking, opening, beginning part. I'm kind of tired. So if I start rambling and saying nonsense words, it's just business as usual. So, anyway, let's get into this brand new, fresh Reddit story. Okay, I found it again, and because it refreshed the page, I had to find it again. But I found it again, and it's here. Woo! Okay, so, am I the asshole for not wanting my husband to go on his quote-unquote boys' nights? Well, see, without the context of what these boys' nights are, right, because this is what I do. I don't read these beforehand. I just judge based off the title, then I read the thing, and then judge afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so, just based off of this title, it's kind of hard to say because I'm a big proponent of, letting your significant other have their friends and do their hangouts, boys' nights, girls' nights, whatever, right? As long as everyone's respectful of the relationship, you're not doing anything crazy, going out and getting a bunch of hookers and blow, right? You know what I'm saying? As far as strip clubs go and stuff, that's a discussion you gotta have with your partner. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, you okay with your girl going to Chippendales? You okay with your guy going to whatever fucking strip club he fancies with his boys? That's your own discussion. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of that kind of scene, just for my own thing. But if Cammy wanted to do that for something, I'd be like, okay, whatever. I don't care that much, really, honestly. But it's not my thing. But point is, you gotta have so. But in general, I want them. But I guess we'll get into it, right? We'll see what she means by boys' nights, right? Since it's Reddit, she felt the need to make a post. I sincerely doubt it's just regular, hey, I'm gonna go play poker with the guys. And she's like, no, fuck you! I sincerely doubt she would write a whole thing about that. So it's probably some kind of crazy fuck shit. Him and his friends go out and they're like, babe, it's just boys' night. And meanwhile, they're going out and banging sorority chicks or something. It's gonna be something wild. It's Reddit. It's gonna be something crazy. So let's fucking go. Hey, everyone. Hi. I just want to give some context. Of course, I'm okay with healthy hangouts outside of your partner. I encourage them as well on a healthy basis. Okay. As in, you should not be spending more time with your friends than your wife or kids, etc. Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, you should not be spending more time with your friends than your family. If you're a parent and a spouse, you should be spending the majority of your time with them, when you're not working or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, obviously it makes sometimes for your friends, but your friends do come second to the whole life you're trying to build. I feel like that's common sense, common knowledge, but who knows these days? But just as well, I do care about what you actually do in those hangouts. That's fair. Just having fun, chatting, and bonding is okay, but I think some activities are not okay. See, here now we're going to get into the activities that he's about. These past few months, I've been really getting into video games and board games. Sick. My husband and I generally play with our group of mutual friends, and I loved being able to enjoy this activity with him when I was not interested in the past. Fast forward to last week, he said that he wanted to go hang out with his boys. Normally, I'd be okay with this. We both had no plans, and even though I was going to be home alone, I'll do my own thing and he can go. Okay, this person's kind of, where they're typing is kind of shitty, so I gotta kind of translate as I'm reading here. However, he mentioned that they'd be playing this board game, which he knows that I really loved playing. I asked him something I've never asked before. Can I join? He said it's an adamant no. But I insisted if he can ask his friends still, as we're looking for another player anyway. He still refused. Okay. So, she was fine with him going, learned that he was going to be playing a game that she wanted to play, asked if she could go, and he was very adamant about saying no. Now, I can see both sides, before reading further a little bit, I can see both sides of this situation, right? For her side, she, wants to play the game and whatnot, and knows that it's the game that he knows that she wants to play, so she's just asking if, hey, can I hang out with you guys? You're looking for another player anyway? I want to play the game. Sounds perfect, right? I see her perspective on things. On the other side of things, I can see his perspective on, like, hey, it's boys' night. I just want to hang out with the guys, get a night away so we can talk about guy stuff or whatever. And, it's nothing against you, but it's kind of like a sacred thing for us. We just want to have our boys' time. So, like, I could see both sides of this, you know what I mean? But I'm wondering what's going to happen next in these couple paragraphs that's going to change my view. Because I haven't read yet, but I bet something's up. What does he do on the boy? Did she? I'm hoping she pressed him about why he's so adamant about the no, and his reasonings are fucked. I hope, because I want this to be more interesting than it is right now. Let's go. I got incredibly upset at this, okay, and was wondering why they could not make an exception just one time, because I haven't asked him even once in the last 5 years we have been married. Okay. Again, I can see both sides of this. After some more pushing, he said that guys' nights are sacred, where they can, quote, fool around and, quote, talk shit about stuff. Okay. I was curious on what stuff, because normally I'm a pretty chill person, growing up with 3 brothers who acted like buffoons all the time at home. She literally wrote the ha-ha, by the way. I'm not just laughing weird for no reason. She literally said, buffoons all the time at home. Ha-ha. She put an audible ha-ha in there. Ha-ha. Okay. Okay. So, again, I can still see both sides of this, right? I can see why she'd be like, hey, why is it such a big deal I can't go? And I can see him being like, it's a big deal because it's boys' night and we gotta have a boys' night. Like, I can see both perspectives so far. Let's make me pick a side here, Reddit. Make me pick a side. We argued back and forth, and in his anger, he then admitted the truth. Here we go. All right, he then admitted the truth. Juicy. That during guys' nights, the guys all trash their wives. Shit, uh-oh. Comparing whose wife is hotter, and even, ... dramatic pause, who they'd rather sleep with other than their wives. Oh! Shock horror! No! Oh my God! No! There's more. Maybe something actually horrifying will happen. And they're looking at inappropriate pictures of other women. Oh, hold on. And talk about how hot other girls are and how women should behave. Oh. And one of the guys apparently even mentioned that he sometimes wants to slap his wife. Jesus Christ. Oh, no. Oh, no. See, okay. So, I'm sure it'll come as no shock to anyone that the way that boys talk with each other is different than the way we talk with our significant others, girls, women, our wives, whatever. Like, when the boys get together, it's a different vibe than hanging out, as a group setting with all the couples and whatnot, and or family functions, holidays, right? When it's boys' night, the vibe is different, right? So, guys talk about some pretty wild shit, okay? We get into some wild topics. I'm not going to sit here and say that the dude wanting to slap his wife is okay. It's not. I'm not going to say it is. Them all talking about banging each other's wives and who's hotter and who they'd rather be banging. I could see how that's gratuitous, right? You hear that and you're like, ew, that's gross. Why would they do that? In defense of the boys, and if you listen to me for long enough, you know that I don't just be out here defending the boys. But in defense of the boys, right, it's all in good fun. Generally speaking, right? Not saying that some dudes aren't actually scummy pieces of shit that do cheat on their wives and whatnot. Obviously they do. But, like, I'm talking about just strictly in the context of, like, boys' night. It's all in good fun. The boys are just fooling around, right? They're just being boys with each other. It sounds stupid. I get it. It sounds dumb. If you're not in it, it sounds dumb. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes we need that, right? Sometimes we just need a time to just be guys and not be judged and just be open with our boys and, say some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know it's fucked up, and most of us, because I'm excluding the crazies and shit, most of us don't ever actually do this shit or actually even think or feel this shit in any real sense. But sometimes you just want to get together with the boys and say some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Just no filter, fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? You make jokes about women. You make jokes about, each other's races. You make jokes about each other's families and sexualities and whatever. Fucking nothing's off limits. You just fucking go and you say some crazy fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the boys hang out. Okay? So, I get hearing that out of context and all that could be shocking as somebody who's not in it. But I get what bro's saying. Like, when the boys get together, the topics of conversation are fucked up. Okay? And not for the ears of the public. Okay? And sorry, in this situation, wifey, you are the public. Okay? Okay, so we still got a little bit more to read, but that's basically going to be my stance on this, probably, unless he says some crazy shit. We still got a couple little paragraphs to go here, so let's see. I was stunned. Yeah, I'm sure you were. As for the 7 years I have known him, 2 years dating and 5 years married, he has been a part of this guys' night thing, and they have been doing this. Yeah. I was honestly very disgusted because I cannot fathom how all these men, some of whom always proclaimed how much they cherish and love their girlfriends' wives, join in on these conversations. That's what it's just fuck shit, okay? It's just nonsense fuck shit. It's not real. We don't actually feel that way. Oh, God. It's just shitty nonsense conversation for the shock factor and nonsense's sake. It's fun. It's what we do. I don't expect you to understand, but it's not that deep, I promise. Sometimes we just gotta fucking... They do love their wives and girlfriends. They do love and cherish them. Unless they're a fucking asshole, because I'm not excluding fucking assholes who actually are shit. But, like, I'm talking in generalities here. It's not that deep. It's not real. It's just a fucking guy's thing, man. Sometimes we need to talk shit a little bit. You tell me that the girls don't talk shit? Tell me girls don't get together on their girls' night and fucking talk shit? Like, come on now. Let's be honest here. That's what it's about. It's about talking shit. Okay? It's not because they actually hate their wives. Just talking shit. I know you bitches talk shit too. Don't act like you don't. It's fine. But don't act superior. We all talk shit. It's not serious. Jesus. My husband later on tried to calm me down and said, That's just how guys are, and we need these nights to be able to flirt around and act single once in a while. Okay, hold on. Oh, god damn it, bro. Now you're retroactively making me look like an asshole. What do you mean? That's just how guys are. We need these nights to be able to flirt around and act single once in a while. That's not what I'm talking about. Why would you explain it like that? Is that what y'all are doing? Because that's fucked up. Don't do that. That's not what I was talking about. You make me look like a retroactive asshole now. That's not what I was talking about. I'm talking about a guy's night. You get together, play some poker, you fucking get some drinks, you go out to a bar, sports bar, you watch the game, what the fuck, I don't know. You get together, play video games, whatever, and you just fucking talk shit. That's what I was talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. We need to flirt around and act single? What are you talking about? And that was his attempt to calm her down about this? Oh my god, you could not have phrased it a worse way if you tried. It's very possible he's also talking about what I'm talking about, but that doesn't fucking sound like it when he says flirt around and act single. Bitch, that sounds like you're cheating on your wife. Why would you say it like that? You dumb bitch. Oh my god. Now I retroactively look like a fucking dickhead. Because I was trying to defend bro and guys' nights and whatever. And I still do. But not this. Not the way he phrased it. Act single and flirt around. What the fuck? The way you said it just sounds like you're cheating on your wives. It sounds like y'all get together once a week or once a month, whatever, to cheat on your wives. That's what it sounds like now because of what you said. Oh, God. Okay, let's keep reading, I guess. Fucking Jesus. I told him I'm really uncomfortable with this. I thought guys' nights were about bonding and just doing fun activities with your guy friends. It's supposed to be. You're bonding, doing fun activities with your guy friends, and you talk shit. That's what's supposed to happen, not whatever he's talking about. I told him during girls' nights we don't talk like this about our partners at all and would never say how we would love to cheat and sleep with other men. Yeah, we don't do that either. I'm trying to think that bro's talking about isn't a guy's night at all. Oh, God. Let's keep going. I told him that it's about respecting your partner whether they are there or not, and that if they have to hide that kind of behavior to the women during these nights, they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to call her out a little bit here. When you get together during your girls' nights, I'm not saying that, I'm sure y'all don't talk about, like, cheating and all that shit, but I know you talk shit. I know that you talk shit. Don't fucking piss me off. I know you talk shit. Don't fucking lie. You all talk shit. I know you do. Okay? Don't lie to me. I've been the guy friend to the girlies before, okay? Y'all talk shit. Don't act like you don't. Okay, you do. Everyone does. I know, I've been around enough fucking people in my life of all shapes and sizes, kinds and creeds and everything. Everyone talks fucking shit. If you think you don't, I promise you do. You might not realize it, but you do. Your friends do. Everyone does. You talk shit. Okay? You don't betray each other's trust now. You don't go far with it. You don't do the fucking... You don't betray people's trust. You don't air out their deep secrets and dirty laundry. You don't fucking go behind their backs and lie to them about how you feel about them and shit. I'm not talking about that kind of shit. That's serious shit. You don't do that. I'm talking about talking shit. Okay? You get a little stressed. Somebody does something to annoy you a little bit, and you gotta get it off your chest. Whether it was your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, whatever the fuck. Right? It's on your chest a little bit. It's not serious, but it's a little something. And maybe you just need to talk shit about it for a minute. It fucking happens. There's nothing wrong with it. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So, you do that. I know you do. But, bring it back to the point now. What he the fuck was talking about, and what she's talking about he was talking about, it's not that. That's not what I'm talking about. How they're talking about, how he said, like, flirt around and act single, and so I'm still stuck on that. Why the fuck, what are you talking about there? What's that? We don't do that. That's not what guys' night's about. What is that? What are you talking about? And then now talking about how, like, they generally talk like they take it a step further, right? It sounds like he takes it further than just talking shit. He takes a little bit further and like goes into like, instead of just like, ah, God, you know, the other night Lisa fucking, I got home from work, I asked if she could help me out and do the dishes, and she got all pissy with me, yada yada, right? Like that's like a normal like line of, man, fuck, bro. And you talk about it for a minute, air it out, and then it's over, right? That's a normal fucking thing. Just bitch a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. What sounds like he's doing, and what she's talking about and everything that he's doing is like, yeah, bro, you know, Stacy's a fat fucking bitch. I actually kind of hate her. I super wish I could fuck Jenny instead, dog. I swear to God, your wife's so fucking hot. I wish I could pipe her down right now. Like, that sounds like what he and both them are saying he's talking about with his boys, which, what the fuck? That's different. That's not a guy's, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? It's, or saying shit like, God, I just fucking hate my wife so much. Fucking God, she's so fat and gross and ugly, and I fucking hate her shit. And I fucking shove her head down on the pillow, face away, so I can imagine someone else when I'm fucking her, man. I'm fucking making around in my head like I'm fucking ScarJo, man. Fucking like that. That is icky, right? That's gross. That's icky. Don't do that, right? Like, it sounds like him and his boys are taking a little too far with what they consider guy talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going a little bit off the reservation. I'm talking about talking shit and making jokes and whatnot, and maybe airing some grievances. I'm not talking about, like, I fucking hate my wife and I want to beat the shit out of her and cheat on her. That's not guy talk. That's like, bro, are you good? Like, is everything okay at home? Like, why do you feel that way? If you're so fucking miserable, why are you still with her? You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm talking about is more like, you know, she gets on my fucking nerves sometimes, but at the end of the day, there's nobody I'd rather spend my life with. You know, that type of shit, you know? You always bring it back around. Even during guys' nights, eventually you bring it back around. Like, once you air your grievances, at the end of the night, you air your shit out, and you're like, but God, I still love her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about here. It's healthy. But, like, this is like, I fucking hate my wife, I want to pipe down a celebrity. Or I want to pipe down your wife or something. Let's swap wives and pipe each other's wives down. Yeah, and I say, weird. That's weird. That's a little weird. Okay, there's still a couple little blurbs at the end here. Okay, so last thing I said was, if they have to hide the kind of behavior to their women during the nights, they know it's wrong. Last thing I said, right? He continued arguing, saying that all men are like that. Oh, no, we're not. And that's why women aren't invited, because they can't fool around and be themselves, since we'd be offended. I feel like any decent man wouldn't do this. See, what he's saying there, fool around and be themselves, in a vacuum, right? That, I see what he's saying there, right? If I didn't know the rest of this fucking context about what him and his friends are getting up to, I'd be like, yeah, that's kind of actually the point. Is the reason that guys get together and do these hangouts away from their wives and girlfriends and whatever is because, yeah, frankly, in a lot of these cases about what we talk about, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand what we're doing, right? Because women and men both talk shit, but they don't do it in the same way, right? And so sometimes you just need your boys to understand exactly what you're trying to say, and without, you know, no judgment and no follow-up questions and shit. Just, sometimes you just need to air it out, you know what I'm saying? And so if that in a vacuum makes sense, what he's saying is like, this is like why we have guys' night, girls, you guys wouldn't understand, and that's fine, it's just we need to be able to have this time, that'd be fine. But then you add in the context of everything else they've been talking about, and it sounds like his interpretation of guys' nights, yada, 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 are a little different. Right? Him and his friends are a little different than what I've experienced for guys' nights, right? And then him being like, all men do this. They don't do that. All men don't do that. All men get together with the boys and talk about some fuck shit together. Yeah, they do, but they don't do all that. Like what y'all and you man are doing kind of seem a little specific to your kind of situations on like how you're feeling about your women, because when me and my boys get together, it's not like that. Like I said, you bitch a little bit, you complain, whatever, but then you bring it back around, you move on, and you whatever, you talk about it. But like the stuff that they're going into about, that's not all man shit. We don't all do that. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't all do that. We all get together and talk shit. But we don't do that. What you're doing. So now we're in a limbo. I'm back to reading what she's saying. Now we're in a limbo, and I'm telling him that I do not want him to go to these guys' nights if it means disrespecting your partner is the norm. I'm okay if you want advice on relationship issues and genuine support through tough times, but not like this. Am I the asshole? See, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. So, I don't think she's an asshole, right? I think that one of a couple things is possible here. Either bro and his friends get together and truly talk about some shit that is fucked up and disrespectful, and they actually do hate their wives and all that shit. And like the stuff they're talking about, it seems a little specific to them, and like I've never really experienced that level of like disrespect. And like I said, the way he phrased it with the flirt around, act single type shit, I don't know what he means by that. That's not what we do. That's not what real men, when we get together and hang out, it's not what we really be doing, is the foot around act single part. That's what makes me kind of bring into question all the things that him and his boys are doing and talking about and shit. So that's what makes me kind of understand where she's coming from, right? And so, like, I don't think she's an asshole. But on the other end of things, right, if they really are just getting together say we give bro the benefit of the doubt, right? And they're just getting together for a regular guys' night where, talk shit, have some beers, fucking around, right? What I've been talking about this whole time. They just do that, right? And bro just has a really bad and unfortunate way of phrasing this shit to his girl. Because if that's genuinely what they're doing, brother, you have got to present your case better, because holy fuck, the way that he presented it, I could not have thought of a worse way to present a guy's night to a girl than what he fucking said, right? I could not think of a worse fucking way to present to her what it is other than what he said with the flirt around and act single. Why the fuck would you say it like that? Because one, it's inaccurate, that's not what we do, and two, like, if that's the best way you can think to describe it, bro, what the fuck, man? Why would you say it like that to her? Like, that's... So either one of the two things is true. Either bro and his friends really do get up to some serious bullshit that is not okay when they're together, or he just has a really shitty way with words and explaining what a guy's night is to his girl. One of those two things is possible, right? So I think in this situation, if we go off the assumption that he is doing this crazy fuck shit, right, and he's not bad at explaining, he's just, him and his boys get up to some shit that they shouldn't be getting up to when they're together, then I'm on her side, right? Say we give bro the benefit of the doubt, right, and say that it's just regular guys' night fare, talking shit, hanging out, whatever, and he just phrases it really fucking shittily, really repellently, right? Like, the way that he rephrased it makes it sound way worse than it is, right? Say we just give him the benefit of the doubt, then I'm still not against her. However, it's not so much a cut and dry like, yeah, he needs to check that behavior. It's more, I think you guys need to have a discussion and really clarify what it is, what her problem with it is, and what they're actually doing on their guys' nights from his perspective, right? Like, you guys really need to figure that out and have that conversation so that there can be less confusion, because I'm a little confused right now on terms of like what the real vibe is here. I said there's one of two fucking options here. So I think what really needs to happen here is, if it genuinely is just like innocent guy shit where you talk shit, whatever, then explain that better. Like, get together and explain that in a better manner than the way you did. And if you can't, then you're probably doing some shit that you should not be doing, right? So, is it a matter of he's doing some fuck shit and she's rightfully calling him out on it, or is it a matter of he phrased what they're doing incorrectly. She interpreted it how it isn't supposed to be interpreted, and now it's just one big ball of confusion when in reality nothing that bad is actually going on, right? Like what camp do you fall in, right? Where do you, based on the stories that I've been telling and shit I've been saying, where do we fall here, right? Do we think that he's doing this fuck shit with his boys and she's 100% right? Do we think that he's really bad at explaining shit and it's actually a little bit more innocent, something they should talk about so that she can feel more comfortable with what's going on, because it actually is innocent, just guys being guys, guy fun shit. So, you know what I mean? Go on this in the section of like she's overreacting, but I think that her overreaction is a little bit more justified in this case because of his description of events makes them seem way worse than they might be, or they're actually that bad. See, that's where we're at in the impasse now of which camp do you fall into. What do you think, right? I think that I'm actually leaning a little bit more towards like his friends actually do get up some fuck shit, because he like blurted out that whole guys float around act single thing once in a while in the middle of a heated argument, but without being able to think or process what he's trying to say. So that makes me think that maybe that has a little bit more truth and credence to it. So I'm actually leaning a little bit more towards him and his friends do some actual fuck shit. So like real shit that you shouldn't be doing. So I'm leaning a little bit more towards this actually is kind of a problem, because I feel just from that one sentence, I think it was a slip on his part, and he let out more information than he intended, right? So that's my perspective on events, but what do I know? I'm just a fucking guy on the internet, right? So that's my long and short of it. That was a little bit of a longer episode, but, you know, we had a lot to dissect here. So anyway, that's it. Let's get into the outro now, if you're still listening. Good for you if you are. All right, everybody, that is the end of another one. That was me talking about Reddit, reading stories, judging people, getting a good yawn in, real professional about it. Thanks for listening. I would say watching, but you know, really, I mean, unless you watch the waveform go, I mean, good for you if you did. Yeah, thanks for listening and hanging out. I'm a voice actor. I'm all over the place. Check out the Annie Shorts app. It's anywhere you can get your apps. A lot of cool short form anime content on there, and I am everywhere. You'll hear my voice all over the goddamn place over there. So some protagonists, some villains, some side characters. I'm everywhere, right? I do a lot. So check that out. Let me know what you think. Fuck around and find out. With all that being said, let's get into the end of this, which is usually where I do the special message, everybody. And today's special message is, well, we talk a lot about relationships and stuff, and guys' time, girls' time, yada, yada, yada. I think the real crux of all this is stuff I've talked about before, which is, one, something that would help this couple is proper communication, right? Really be clear with what you're doing and what your expectations are and things like that. Understanding that just because you're in a relationship does not mean that you have to sacrifice the entirety of your independence. It does mean that you now have to consider someone else in all the decisions that you make. Like, if you decide to be with somebody, like married, together, forever, like type shit, you do have to consider that person in every decision you make, because it is going to affect them. If even peripherally, it's going to affect them. But that does not mean that you completely sacrifice your independence as an individual, right? Like, that's the thing. It's like sometimes people get too absorbed into their couple and think that they have to do everything together as a couple. They have to do everything together. There is no me, there is we. And they're just together all the time for everything. That's not healthy. Neither is two individuals being in a relationship and only getting together to fuck. That is not a appropriate relationship either, right? Where people just get together, say they're together, but they don't behave any differently. They're out all the time, hanging out with their friends, damn near completely ignoring each other than to get together and fuck. Like, that's not healthy either. What you need is a healthy combination. You know, you guys are together, you live together, you're combined, and you do your shit together. You know, you go out, you do your chores and your laundry, whatever, fucking grocery shopping and shit. You go out and do that. You have your fun little date nights. Sometimes, maybe get some dinner, go to a movie, sit at home, watch some Netflix together, cook some food together, play video games together, fucking whatever, right? Whatever you want to do together, But it's also important to have those times where you just kind of step away for a little bit and you need some time to truly be alone and be by yourself. And one, you need to understand that it's okay to want that. And two, as a partner to somebody who does need that, understand that it's okay that they have that and don't take it personally, right? Don't try and infringe on that, right? Your partner needing a few hours a day, whatever, to just kind of decompress after a long week or whatever, just kind of be by themselves and do their own thing, play their game, read their book, watch a movie, fucking sleep, whatever, I don't know. And you need to understand that it's okay that they're doing that. And like I said, don't take it personally, right? If they're constantly spending time away from you and they need to be away from you all the time, maybe take that personally. But if, every so often they just need, I said like a few hours, maybe a day, to just kind of... You know what I mean? And then afterwards, they're just right back to it with you. Don't take that personally. Don't get butthurt about it. Don't get offended. It's not about you. It's about them just needing a little bit of time to decompress. Me and Cammie both need that, right? And we both understand that we both need that, and we both respect that. And, we spend way more time together than we don't. But every so often, you need a little bit of time alone. Everybody needs that, and that's okay. So you need to understand that, one, it's okay for you to want that, and two, it's okay for your partner to want that, and you need to be okay with them wanting that, like I said. Recognize if it becomes too much, pay attention, but, understand that somebody needing a little bit of time to themselves is not a personal affront to you. Doesn't mean they hate you. Doesn't mean they don't want to be with you. Just means that they need a little bit of time, just kind of sit and just chill out, right? I know I need that. Cammie needs that, so I think everybody does, It's not healthy to constantly be doing shit, you know what I mean? Take a minute, breathe, chill, do something relaxing, lose yourself in a game, in a book, in a movie, take a nap, whatever, right? Whatever helps you. Do some hobby work, models, puzzles, woodworking, gardening, whatever grabs your fucking jimmies and rustles them up real nice. Do it for yourself. And allow your partners to do that for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And maybe in your more sociable moments and shit, and when you're feeling after you've got that decompression, maybe bring your partner into your hobbies with you, so that way they can understand why it's so soothing for you too. Even if that's not their thing, hopefully it'll help them get a new understanding of you, right? So, all that being said, everybody, that relationship advice corner with D-Man the Voice is over now. Hopefully you learned something special. Hopefully at least one person got something useful out of that. All right? That's all. I'm not here to be famous. I'm just here to talk and help where I can. Right? All right. That's it. That's all. We're done. It's over. Lova. I'm going to leave now. Have a great rest of your day. Or don't. Don't listen to me. I don't know. You don't have to do what I say. I'm just a guy on the internet talking to a microphone. You don't have to do anything I say. But, I hope you have a good day, unless you deserve a bad one, in which case, fuck you. I'm done now.